Hey there folks, it's noontime here and the temperature finally rose above zero, so I wanted to show you some quick tidbits from our Frosty garden. Hello again. I hope that you can see that on the video. I'm standing here in the clover patch, and this dark spot is the outline of our house, the shadow, the roof line and the downspout. And you can see that the frost has just melted from the clover, and it's very neatly frosted in the shape of the shadow of the house in the outline. And up here, nice and crunchy clover. You can see our row of honeyberry bushes here. This is precisely the reason I planted them in this fashion, in that location. It's shaded, especially in late autumn, early winter, and in spring. This is from the southeast, so this low retaining wall here also casts shade. The concrete and the stone elements, they keep the temperature lower, so this prevents the honeyberries from developing too early in spring. And in effect, I have created like a cold pocket here to allow them to stay dormant for a bit longer. And also here along this fence, I have started planting the Juneberry bushes, and you can see that they are also in the shade until midday, and they don't get much sun, only those lower here. So it will be a nice and interesting experiment to compare if they develop at different times in spring. You can see down in the garden, those are the Frosty broad beans plants. They usually are very cold hardy, but a week of -5 nights is usually enough to kill them. You can see how they have flopped over. And even the borage plants, which are even more frost hardy, are looking droopy. You can see how much frost they have accumulated because their furry leaves keep the moisture from the air. The peas are already I think dead, but we had our harvest, and in that weather even the most cold hardy plants which we have in the garden, the kale plants, you can see that even their leaves are droopy. Of course, they will recover and the new growth will continue growing in the coming weeks if we don't get this much low temperatures. And we have had the kale continue growing even in spring after it has overwintered. And here by the medlar tree, I specifically left the fruit which are from the seedless variety on the tree to just see how and when they will start ripening on their own outside, because most of the other trees, other fruits have been picked and now eaten. And it's very interesting to me that it seems that the seedless variety is later than the regular ones, and after a whole week of -5, it only now starts to blit. I'm sorry about the very contrast heavy lighting. You can see that this fruit here has only partially blitted on this side, but not on this side, and we still haven't got any which are fully blitted. So I expect that to happen maybe next week sometime. But this is good to know, that because it actually allows us to postpone the harvest for more than a month in December, starting from early December to maybe early January. I will keep those on the tree and see when will be the last day on which we can pick them. And lastly, for today's short video, I wanted to show you my several apple seedlings. You can see those small plants here. This is the tallest, maybe 40 centimeters. I decided to plant them out when they drop their leaves, but for some reason they didn't rush to do that. And even now, with a week of low temperatures, this one still has green leaves on it, which is very, very peculiar. This one has dropped all the leaves, and those two little babies, they still have their green leaves on. This one is frost burnt. You can see the leaves are brown, and this is just regular autumn colors. So it's very interesting to see that the seedlings are so resilient. And now I'm wondering if I'll have the time to plant them out before the heavy frost sets, or maybe I'll just wait for springtime. One of our apples still has a few leaves at the tips of their branches, but by no means those are green. And I wonder if the seedlings which I have would turn out to be even more frost tolerant. Their variety is unknown because I haven't labeled the seeds which I planted, but I'll plant them out and let them grow and see what comes out of them. So that was all for today, folks. It's a short video today, but I'll have to get the wife and we have to do a run to the city because we have to do some minor pre-Christmas shopping, and we're using the fact that my mother is staying with us to take care of the kids in our absence, which is a great opportunity. And we also get to meet some friends on the way. So not much time today for work here and for shooting a video, but hopefully I'll have a longer one tomorrow.